Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Real Football Network. I'm Jim Miller, and we continue to roll through the Week 2 matchups around the National Football League. Next up, the 1-0 Atlanta Falcons go on the road into East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on the 0-1 New York Giants. If you're the Giants, this game can't come fast enough. Just their failures late in the ball game against the Dallas Cowboys blew away a 10-point lead, and clock management issues, along with a soft 2-minute defense, really cost them the game. So the Giants want to regroup and show that they're not only the great coach in Tom Coughlin he's been throughout his NFL career, but also Eli Manning. He took the blame and took the heat for the clock management issues down in Dallas, and now wants to step up and be the answer to the New York Giants' problems. When you look at this ball game, it could be dangerous for that secondary of the New York Giants. Prince Ukamara, a young rookie safety, and Landon Collins, they could be up against it because Tony Romo lit him up for 346 yards and three touchdowns last week in the loss to the Dallas Cowboys. Who's coming to town? Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. We saw how well they looked against the Philadelphia Eagles, as Julio Jones had two touchdowns and Matt Ryan seems to be on the same page. The early issues are, it looks like Julio Jones could potentially be dealing with a hamstring. New head coach Dan Quinn said he's not worried about it, but they definitely need their playmaker on the field. 141 yards last week off of 9 receptions, and could really expose that Giants secondary. Other areas that the Giants really need to beef up their production, it's got to bring a pass rush. No sacks on Tony Romo a week ago. So Cullen Jenkins, the defensive end, Robert Ayers, the other defensive end. Maybe it's more blitzing by Steve Spagnuolo, because we still don't know about middle linebacker John Beeson, or even if Eli Manning will get Victor Cruz back on the offensive side. Here's what I see in this ball game. If you notice, when the Atlanta Falcons played the Philadelphia Eagles, the Eagles did come back and took over that ball game. The Atlanta Falcons were down in that matchup, and we all know about the missed field goal by the Eagles kicker Parquet. So I think that can happen again. The Giants need to wear down the Atlanta Falcons defense. It's going to be difficult to do, but you got to do it with the run game, and Eli Manning needs to take control of a ball-controlled offense if it does become a pick the defense apart type of offensive day. It has to be complementary football for the New York Giants, much like how the Dallas Cowboys did it a year ago. So I've got the Giants winning at home. I think they will rebound. I think it's going to be difficult for Matt Ryan to go on the road with a makeshift offensive line of his own right, because you have to remember they just signed Jake Long because they're still worried about that offensive line down in Atlanta. So Eli Manning leads them to victory. I do think it's a close one, 27-20. I'll give it a one-score ball game, but the Giants play much better in Week 2 and get the victory. Thanks for watching the Real Football Network. I'm Jim Miller.